Liam and Andrea had 4 children and were always short of money. So when Liam was offered to go to work far away to the north for a few months, he didn't even think twice. He promised to call as soon as he got there. Andrea was worried because she considered going somewhere unknown to be a risky business. But the family needed money, and the rotation-based work in the north was well paid. So Liam agreed. He gathered the necessary things, kissed his wife, and left the house. The days filled with anticipation passed one by one, but her husband never called to say he had reached his destination. Andrea couldn't find peace of mind because of her anxiety, and 2 weeks later she was told that the charred corpse of her husband was found 2,000 kilometers away from home. The body could not be identified and the coffin was brought closed. The bag with her husband's things and his documents were not completely burned, and they were used to identify him. After the funeral, Andrea could not come to her senses. She worked as a nanny in a kindergarten and did not earn much. And now she did not know what to do. But the children were her happiness and the meaning of life, and she promised that she would do everything for them. The woman found part-time work for the weekend. The older children helped with the younger ones. And at night, she shed bitter tears about the loss of her beloved. She and Liam had been as one, and now it was as if she had lost half of herself. So 3 months went by, and one late night the doorbell rang. On the doorstep stood Liam alive. Andrea shook with horror and involuntarily knelt on the floor, covering her face with her hands. Liam sat down next to her and gently embraced her. Andrea struggled to open her eyes to make sure once again that it was really her husband. "Andrea, honey, I'm back. Why aren't you happy to see me?" the man asked perplexedly. Only now she threw herself on his arms and burst into tears, resting against his shoulder. It turned out that Liam's bag of documents, money, and belongings had been stolen on the train. Only at the camp he was able to borrow some money and asked a man who was leaving to the mainland to call Liam's home and tell Andrea that all was well with him. But apparently that colleague either didn't call or couldn't get in touch with her. And Liam worked for 2.5 months on the watch, earned money, restored his documents, and now promised Andrea never to leave the family again, no matter what riches were promised for it.